visible here. All right. Yeah, like I said, I was excited. That's why I was excited that, looking at the dates. So I say, look at the dates, and we all was praying for the news to pick it up, right? We have been talking about why the news ain't picked it up. I know it had come up multiple times. Why haven't the news, picked it up? The real news, the real news, the real news, yes. So, and the real news destroyed all of the fake news that, we had been fed. So I'm just excited. Like sometimes, when you get the fish, and some fish is extremely bony, right? And then sometimes one of those bones may get away, but thankfully sometimes you can, kind of hack it up and get the bones out, right? So all that to say is that a little bone had almost got caught up in there, but thank goodness for the cough, and we're back on the right road with ABC News. ABC News. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can drop it in the chat. Yes. All right. So that's the link for the ABC News thing right there in the chat for anybody, want to check it out and verify it on your own. You see that it leads down, further paths with more of the stuff. And the fact that it's, from today's date, it feels good to see. I mean, even though, like I said, we excited about that, we still here talking about it, that we're not going to get dismayed at the actual news of knowing that nothing's been done yet, or no arrests have been made. Let's hear, I want to hear the mom say this again, because, this is only a very short video. So there's power in this that is coming from the legit news, which is what we was all saying. A lot of people saying, how come the news is not reporting on this? I know that I was too, and I'm just excited. Yes. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate the people. What's up, Giselle? Just says, yes, we heard that. All right. Yes. All right. Did I read this? All in that? Let's see. A DJ Zombie G says, at All Around Natural Beauty RN. Yes, I remember that new guy did some amazing groundwork knocking on doors for Shanquella Robinson. Cool. Yes. People uniting together, uniting people. And it's working, right? And as long as we staying focused on it and continuing on, we're gonna be all right. So let me see. I should probably, yeah. All right, so we're gonna do this little 2-minute video one more time. That was very powerful, especially for me, because for those of you who've been following me, we maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever, found the stories back in November when the story came out about Dejanay was being that was arrested. They got her, right? And then maybe the very next day, I don't know. Anyway, so we was going back and forth, and I'm just excited that this news story, which was what everybody was asking for, we want to hear it from the real news. And here we go. Here we have it. So one more time.
Mexico calling for high-level diplomatic intervention in the case. They say
So on Thursday was when we read that, the family attorney, a lot of people was asking about when the family attorney going to do something or going to talk about it. Like people had questions about it. I'm still excited, y'all, because this is still record-breaking speed, right? because of the social media. So we are being extremely effective, and that's why it's important that we continue on, right? We continue on. So I'm just thankful for everyone who have been, encouraging and continuing on, right? And then we take breaks as needed. But as long as somebody is running, it's like a relay race, right? Everybody is not all running at the same time. Sometimes you pass the baton off and then the next person take it. And that's your time to, take a break and make sure that you are doing the best good thing. All right, here we go.
The person responsible for her death needs to be brought to justice. ABC's Ika Jachi has more.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
This morning, for over 125 days, the family of Shanquella Robinson outraged, demanding justice after the 25-year-old was found dead at a luxury resort in Mexico.
15 weeks and 3 days, and still, with all this visual evidence, nobody has been arrested.
Right? Nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been arrested. Right? Y'all heard that? ABC News. Nobody has been arrested. It's coming from the family. They are proclaiming that nobody has been arrested. So we can rest assured that nobody has been arrested. And that's why we still come here today seeking justice for Shanquella Robinson. And we're going to continue to come until we get it, because we believe that by staying focused and getting justice for Shanquella Robinson, that's going to give us the power to be able to have a voice and to get justice for women all over, all around women. All righty. All right. Betty says, hello, beautiful RN, everyone. Let's go ahead and get finished up over here. Where's my meals? I hate you.
Last October, Robinson was found dead in San José del Cabo, Mexico, during a group vacation. Authorities finding her body less than 24 hours after she arrived. She and a group of 6 other individuals traveled there for vacation, the party reportedly blaming Robinson's death on alcohol poisoning. However,
then we learned that Mexico passed this here excuse off a dime a dozen, the alcohol poison. Right? Alcohol intoxication, right? They got a cookie cutter, little get out of jail free card, right? And that's how these 6 other travelers are out free on a technicality.
An autopsy later concluded that she had suffered trauma to her neck and spine. In one now viral video, too violent to show, Robinson is seen being severely beaten by another woman in her hotel room, while at least 2 other people in the room watch or record the incident. Mexican authorities say the investigation is ongoing and that this was not an accident, but a direct attack on Robinson. Mexican authorities issued an arrest warrant for a female suspect back in November 2022 and requested she be extradited from the U.S.
No one has been arrested. The people who knew.
That? Her mama said no one has been arrested. You can hear the pain and the frustration in her voice. They heard us, y'all, when we said we want to hear from the family.
What happened to my daughter are living their lives. They have returned to work, and my family is left to wait.
On the technicality.
And we to beg for answers.
Now, the traveling party came back to the U.S. a day after the body was found. While no arrests have been made, the Robinson family is...
Y'all hear that? The news is reporting no arrest has been made. This American news reporting.
calling for everyone involved in the incident to be extradited back to Mexico in order to face charges. Eva?
Ike Joshi for us, sir. Thanks, Ike.
All right. Ooh, I'm about to mess up here. Where's the thing at? Mute. Wait. Here we go. Stop. All right. Sorry, y'all. Let me see here. All right. Boom. Okay. Wow. All right. So I'm just grateful for that, right? We got that in one small little nugget. So I'm excited about that. So let's see here. And I did have some other things on this here Google Docs to show y'all. I'm just excited, right? So now we have closure on that. We have closure on that. How we have closure on whether or not someone's being detained or arrested. Nobody has been arrested. So now we could, take that off our plate of things to worry about, right? I don't know about y'all, but woo, I'm grateful for that, right? That's one less thing to worry about, right? How y'all feeling about that? I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. One less thing to worry about. One less thing to worry about. And that it's recent and it came from the news. So I know there was people when we first started doing this, people were, if you haven't already, please hit the like button on your way in here. Let's get the likes up, people. All right, let's get the likes up. Thank y'all so much for showing up. Get the likes up, please. I lost my thought. So, I'm just excited that they were listening to us. What I was saying was that when we first got started, some of y'all was putting off in the chat that, we hope that they were listening to us. And I'm just grateful to see that they have, and they did, because we cried out for our government, the news, the ABC News, our, what we know as reputable sources of this news to, talk about this, right? We hadn't heard from them since November. And I'm just grateful that we all able to hear that and hear it come out, not only just the news mouth, but out of the mouth of the family, right? Y'all heard her mama. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. And that's what I'm saying about the celebration, right? Even though, it's not where we want it to be, we're still knowing that we're working on this here universal time. And it's not, what you think. Sometimes the universal time may feel longer, right? And we know that this thing takes time, but we still keeping it hot. We're keeping it hot for Shanquella Robinson, because that's what she would have wanted us to do. So anyway, there is the link to that video from today's news. So thanking our government, thanking our voices that we have been heard. So that's a win, y'all. It is a win, right? So this here, lets us know that it's not cold. It ain't cold. We keeping it hot. We keeping it hot. All right. So y'all got some interesting stuff over here. I need to see. I think I see something that's my members in the house. Thank you so much. Here, member says, Robin Sanders says, they also said the Mexico has given jurisdiction to the United States. What came to my mind, y'all, was that when this whole, fake arrest thing was fed to us back in November, it was, y'all, to me, it just seemed like that was Mexico trying to clear their good name, right? By getting it off of them, by blame shifting, because Mexico originally let them go. They said, ruled it out. This here is alcohol poison. This here is alcohol intoxication, right? Right? We saw that there were others that were unalived in Mexico, and they used the same cookie cutter excuse of alcohol poison, right? We also had, yeah, I can play it now. What was his name? Martin from Martin Resurrected. Yeah, I'm play it. I got a little short. It's only like a few seconds. Shorts are like 30 a minute, maybe at the most. But anyway, so that's what we're gonna do here. And he said that he lived in Mexico for 4 years, and that's how they got down. And they barely punish, even check it off into it. So they have their own problems with femicide, and over there with their own women being unalive, right? So why would they use their limited resources to, do anything? So maybe that's why they put that fake story out there about the arrest, right? And that way, it looked like they were doing something about it, and it'll distract us from the fact that Mexico originally said, oh no, it wasn't any type of foul play. There's nothing here. This is alcohol poison. And only after the death certificate came back with the cause of death did they come with that fake story. So I believe that that's where the lies came in there. And anything that was said was a lie, because once the lie is told, everything, even if you try to slip in some truth, facts, or anything like that, it's still a lie because it's distorted. And that's exactly how the we got let me see here. Is this here? No. Where's this one? Here we go. Okay, so Martin. All right, let me just go ahead and share so y'all can see what I'm looking at. And this was going to be Martin talking about the whole living in Mexico, and the people there don't do anything about their own stuff here. Let's see here. Okay, here, Mexico is bad. All right.
Doing this, I learned that Mexico is really bad with the whole femicide situation.
Yes.
It's so quick to be like, oh, she was drunk, it's her fault. It's so quick to be like that. Because when I was living there, I remember there was a huge feminist march. But it's kind of different from what the American feminists are going after. So I prejudged and thought it was the same thing. But now looking at this, I'm like, they were fighting for, their rights to live, basically, because a lot of them get killed over there and swept under the rug. And the statistic is really bad. I forgot the number, but a lot of cases, a big percentage of those cases don't even get sorted.
Wow. Right. Yep. And I showed a video that, Mexico is like, in some statistics, it says number 2, and in others, I saw number 5 in the world for femicides.
Wow.
Yes. And we know that Mexico is a poor country. All right. So that was that short there. And if you click on it, it'll lead you to the whole live that he was on the show and stuff. We said a lot. That day. And and that's coming from someone who lived over there. And then, like I was saying, we did a live, and I showed videos of the whole problem that they have over there. And it's the same thing over here. All they had to do was replace Shanquella's name with, there were others, throughout their community that this same thing was happening to, and people weren't getting justice. So that's why it's important that we stay focused on this and continue to speak out for justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Where was I at? I'm going to read out a few more of these here comments, and then I just want to show y'all something else that I saw today. And then I want to ask y'all afterwards, like what it reminds you of, because it brought back, it triggered something, a memory. I don't even want to use that word trigger, but anyway, it tied some things in. So I'm gonna play it after I read a few more of my. See, Robin says, straight from their lawyer's mouth. Yes, no one has been arrested, but I believe that it won't be long before an arrest is made. I'm so very happy about this. Yay. All right, cool. Yeah, we need to get some more of these here heartfelt comments. All right. What's up, Gloria? Gloria said, I thought last month the FBI got her in custody. No, well, of course, that was obviously a lie, because they are saying today, as of March 4th, 2023, this is from the ABC News. So I'm not sure, but I'm pretty positive that this here was probably a lie, a bone that was tossed our way here. We trust in this here ABC News, a reputable source. We actually could verify that that's one of the same reporters that was reported on this case back in November. It's the same guy from ABC, a reputable source. So we going on that. Miss Gloria Jordan. Yep. What's up, Jamie? Jamie said, justice for the beautiful Shanquella Robinson and her family. Yes. And I'm just excited because this is definitely one step closer, and time for celebrate. Good time come. Hey, what's up, Kyron? Oh, Kyron says, Biden need to get on this. Black women are the reason he won the election. We can be the reason he loses the next one. Yes. Yes. We can be the reason he loses next term. All right, y'all hear that? Kyrania said Biden need to get on this. Black women are the reason he won the election. We can be the reason he loses next term. All right. Very powerful. And like I said, by uniting, there is strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. Black women are the reason he won the election, right? And if Black women are the reason he won the election, that lets you know the power that you hold, all right? By using your noodle, right? All right. Let's see here. JP6 says, this is a case I would use all tools I can to solve it, right? And I feel like we're doing that. Like, we've been putting the pieces together, analyzing the material. We've really been slugging it out. Like, really, then that's what we're supposed to do as the jury, right? Work out the stuff, get clear without a shadow of a doubt, right? So doubt has to be assessed. You can't just blindly believe everything, right? And so until the proof of why you don't continue to believe something, you always have a right to change your mind and change your decision. You don't have to stay faithful or loyal to what you believe now, because time is ever moving, right? So you can't stay faithful to times or opinions or thoughts or ideas that you had yesterday if they don't serve you today, or if they are not going to serve you tomorrow. And that's what you're supposed to be looking forward to, is tomorrow, because tomorrow is what is not guaranteed, right? Even the next moment is not guaranteed. So you're only here for whatever time that was already set aside for you to be here Anyway, what we were supposed to do, start off, I didn't finish our acts of faith. But it's never too late. So let's do that now before it's tomorrow. All right, so today is March the, what is this? March 4th. March 4th. March 4th, from our Acts of Faith, Iana Van Zet, copyright 1993, daily meditation for people of color. All people can benefit from this. All right. Let's see here. March 4th says, one's work may be finished someday, but one's education never. Wow. I'm going to read that one more time. One's work may be finished someday, but one's education never, right? So we're always learning, right? So we don't beat ourselves up for where we're at, right? Because that's where you're at, right? And so accept where you're at there, and always know that your education is never. So that means you're always growing as long as you are educating yourself. And that is a quote from Alexander Dumas the Elder, right? Then Iana says, unless you make every waking and learning a learning process. Let's see. Unless you make every waking a learning process, you are wasting a major portion of your life. Wow. You can learn from people you do not like, as well as from those you love. You can learn from the elders and the youth. You can learn more about things you know about and fine-tune the things you are good at. You can learn by observing, listening, and serving. You can learn by assisting, completing, and forgiving. Never withdraw from the education process by picking and choosing from who you can learn. Keep an open mind, your ears attuned, and your willingness to learn in a humble state of a student. I am learning a little more every day. All right, that was so good. All right, I'm so grateful that the purple from this book jumped out at me and reminded me that we had started, we didn't be in a whole hour, we just get to the acts of faith. So I'm just super excited about this here. I don't know about y'all, but that video really did my heart well, to where I can just get that off my plate, because I was, tired of wondering, well, is she arrested? Because I'm going back and forth. No, well, this said that she is. When did we say that she got out? When did this happen? And I'm trying to go back through all the material and figure out, when did we know that it wasn't, if we knew then here. And anyway, I'm just excited that we got our validation from the ABC News, right? Everybody was saying, I believe it when it's on the news. So now it's time to believe it. No one has been arrested, right? I should change the title if I felt gifted enough to do that. Let's see here. What's up, Glory? Glory said, I said in January, Ben Crump's office had picked up the case. You sure did. It's in one of the videos too. You did. But yeah, there was a lot of information going around and stuff. So this here is the product of, what's going on there. So at least we know that, this is, we keeping it hot, right? We keeping it hot in the name of Shanquella. Yep, you sure did, Gloria. I remember this too. Yep, that's so true. What's up, Betty? Betty said, they said it is in the U.S. hands now. Yeah, and that's why we got to continue to keep it hot here so they don't go cold, because we know that over here in this country, they good for just letting this little stuff go because they don't value the lives of Black women over here. Like the little amount of value, right? So that's why we have to change that narrative to the Black woman being highly valued. And that's why we're not going to stop talking about this. We're going to continue to demand justice for Shanquella Robinson. And I'm just grateful that we saw that there were men standing up, speaking out also for justice for Shanquella Robinson. I want to play it one more time, just in case there's some new people that just come up in here. And, I've been talking for hours. So this video is only 2 minutes, and it's from today. No, that ain't. It's from today. Yes, this is it here. It's from today, and ABC News is who is hosting it. So we're going to go up here to this one here from ABC News. All right. So this here says, family of Shanquella Robinson calls, let me stop it there. Calls for diplomatic intervention months after woman's death in Mexico, right? So on Thursday, when we read the news for that day, that's when we learned that the attorney, Shanquella family attorney, Sue Ann Robinson, was asking for, pressure on diplomatic, interventions and stuff. And so, and that they were going to be in Washington, D.C. on yesterday. So I'm just excited that they followed through with all that stuff, and that we have the receipts here with the U.S. News here reporting. It says Mexican authorities have requested that a suspect be extradited from the U.S., right? To me, this is kind of like a baloney statement that Mexico is throwing out there to make it appear that the ball is in the U.S. court. And if it is, it doesn't matter whose court it's in. We're going to continue to demand our justice for Shanquella Robinson right here. And this lets us know that when the FBI got involved back in November the 17th, that we still got a case going there. So we're going to continue to keep it hot for Shanquella. So we're about to play this here. Of
Shanquella Robinson are calling on
do this.
from the Department of Justice, attorneys, activists, and the family of Shanquella Robinson are calling on the State Department to either.
All right, do y'all recognize this guy? This was the guy that was going knocking on the people's door back in November, right? From ABC News, right? He goes, a reputable source of news.
Extradite the people who went on that trip with Shanquella or assume jurisdiction to prosecute them themselves.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Not even pouring rain would stop attorneys, activists, and family members of.
Yay, look at that, y'all, right? We got a representation of the community, men and women, and did I see a child? No, men and women here speaking out for Shanquella.
Shanquella Robinson from demanding action more than 4 months since she died in Mexico.
The only question is,
oh, that's Ben Crump. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know. I see the name. I didn't, Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Ben Crump. Oh, okay. Yay. All right. Where we saw that at? Let me go back over here. All right. Gloria said, I said in January, Ben Crump's office had picked up the case. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know who Ben Crump was, right? I didn't know that it was this guy here. And this is like, I think the third time I've played it, and I'm just seeing that, wow.
State Department President Biden, what are you going to do to bring justice for this broken-hearted family, especially this mother of Shanquella Robinson?
Yeah.
In October, Robinson traveled to Cabo with a group of people she considered friends.
Hey.
She didn't return home. They told family she died of alcohol poisoning, but an autopsy showed she died of a broken neck and spinal cord.
Y'all see that? 15 minutes after this. That's all we need to know. It's the cause of death.
And a video surfaced showing her being attacked by one of the women on the trip.
All of the evidence right here is in the video where we break down the injuries that match the death certificate. And I will, we got a video in here with John Q who did it. And I'll put that in the chat throughout some.
What we see is very clear. She was beaten to death.
Yes.
And if she wasn't beaten to death, somebody needs to tell us exactly what happened.
Shanquella's mom and sister joined the press conference Friday and say they have gotten limited information from U.S. investigators on where the case stands.
This journey has been frustrating. The feeling of disheartened to our government. I feel like our government has failed us.
Wow.
Attorney Sue Ann Robinson, who is not related to Shanquella, just got back from a fact-finding trip to Mexico. She says the Mexican Attorney General has finished the investigation and has sent everything through the proper channel.
I don't know about y'all, though. I'm just super excited about that, that picture of the community, men and women. It's being Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, it's beautiful to me. I'm just excited that, I saw who that Ben Crump was, y'all. Like I said, I'm 52 and, I was always promoting, not watching news. And like I said, I was in my own space. So I'm learning too here, Ben Crump. Thank you, Gloria. But I totally remember reading a comment back in January. I don't remember which live. That's when we was really pumping out the live. I think it was going like pretty much daily. But I remember reading a comment from Gloria saying that. And then we also heard from John Q, that the FBI, we're starting to see some movement. This is the movement that we was talking about, that was spoken about back in January. So I'm excited. This is only the beginning of March. So we spoke about it in January, February, March, y'all. Come on. I think we're breaking records here. I think we are breaking records with the speed. We still got fire. We ain't trying to rekindle the fire. We still got fire on this case, and we keeping it high, Shanquella, baby.
She says now it is time for the U.S. to do something.
Yeah.
The ball is clearly in the United States court.
Wow. The attorney said that the ball is in the United States court, so we can't keep saying nothing about Mexico. The attorney just told us, we heard the family saying the government is failing. So for those of you like the Giselles and stuff, that's promoting the petitions and all that stuff, to our government, this is the right areas to be making sure we focus on, because these attorneys, Sue Ann Robinson, just stated that the ball is in the U.S. court. So now we know where to focus our energies. U.S. No one has been arrested. They're saying that too. Here we go. Oops. Sorry, I think I was about right here. It's fine. We can hear
bring justice for this broken-hearted family, especially this mother of Shanquella Robinson.
In October, Robinson traveled to Cabo with a group of people she considered friends. She didn't return home. They told family she died of alcohol poisoning, but an autopsy showed she died of a broken neck and spinal cord, and a video surfaced showing her being attacked by one of the women on the trip.
What we see is very clear. She was beaten to death. That's right. And if she wasn't beaten to death, somebody needs to tell us exactly what happened.
Shanquella's mom and sister joined the press conference Friday and say they have gotten limited information from U.S. investigators on where the case stands.
This journey has been frustrating. The feeling of disheartened to our government.
She said to the government, right? So we on the side of the family. We heard what her mama said and what her sister is saying. The frustration is on the government.
I feel like our government has failed us.
Attorney Sue